Evening all, and welcome back to Kerbalism. So a lot of time has passed in game since the last episode, and we've skipped ahead to our next major event. In our background here we have Moho, the sun, Eve, but behind us, most importantly, if I can find it, there it is. There is Duna. We have Duna in the background. We are going to do a flyby of it. We're going to be a long way away. A very long way away. And that's the orbit we need to get into, which is going to be extremely interesting. But it is technically doable. It is. I feel like I should have made a maneuver to this before I actually got here. So, yeah. I think I might try and get into an orbit roughly where Ike is and use that to bounce me around. That might be doable. So, what we basically need to do is get into orbit, which is fairly easy. We can do that. Whoa, that's way too far. There we go. Focus down on that, and let's see here if I can do. Oh, aha! We will have an encounter with Ike if we do something like that. That's good. That's good, because that means we can use Ike's gravity to bounce us around. Oh, stop that. Oh, I pushed the wrong button there. Yeah, we can get Ike to bounce us around in a different sort of orbit. I can even put us in a steady flat sort of orbit, but I'm not too sure if that's going to help us or not. I think I might use it. I think I'll see here. Which way am I going? Do that. Let's do that. That will fly us off into infinity. We want to come the other side of Ike to slow us down. That would help us out. In fact, I'm not sure whether that's going to help at all, but you know what? I'm going to do that, and then we'll make it up from there, I think. Because that will just slow me down the absolute most. By doing that, we'll come down there. Maybe I could fire the engines here and change something, but yeah, that will slow us down a little bit. I could always change my orbit to just be around there. We do have a lot of fuel, so yeah, if I just did something like this instead. Whoa. That would work even better. Let's do that. That makes a lot more sense. I don't know quite what I was thinking there. But yeah. Right, so let's warp to our next maneuver. With Duna above us and Ike spinning around there. We do have the scanner coming in because this is the probe, I believe. Yep. Oh no, we don't want to do that. Yeah, we have the scanner coming in 30 days. I'm not quite sure how the probe got here before the scanner. Maybe the weights were different on it, and it's just worked out that way. Not really sure. Okay, fire engines, and perform a 30-second burn. Oh, I did not. Ditch that. Great, that's a bit of space trash in orbit of Duna now. Not really what I wanted, but hey ho. Our thrust to weight ratio is apparently 23,000. 24,000. That's a really, really powerful engine. Yeah. Okay, I think I may have to eyeball this a little bit because now we're using a different engine to fire things. Let's go retrograde a bit more. Need to change our orbit around. That way, that looks really good. That looks really, really good. Come down a bit too far. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I am travelling the correct direction, which is lucky because I had planned that, but I was really worried I was going to point the wrong way. And this still has 2,700 meters of delta V on it. What do we need to park? We need the exact orbit needs 65.2, which yeah, I think we're good for. So let's walk around to that maneuver if you want to. Thank you. Not quite sure why it's warping. Oh, it's not warping so slowly. It is going 10,000. It's just going to take 7 days to get there. Transmitter failed on Moon Station 1. That doesn't matter. We have no Kerbals out in the world. Yeah, that's a long orbit. Wow. This is an extremely high orbit. Nope, and I missed my target, but hey ho, what's new there? Right. Is that good enough? Yes, it is. You are happy with that? Awesome. I would like you to point retro. No, I'd like you to point prograde. Let's get all the oomph onto the solar panels there. Although I think that might be blocking. Yeah. I think that dish at this front might block the solar panels. I'm not too sure. Point towards the sun. Here. See. Yeah. Nope. You're getting exposure. Excellent. Right. And also that should be contract complete. Awesome source. We also have a gather scientific data from the moon, which from Duna, which I bring that up. We have temperature scans, which we can transmit back. We have good observations, which we can't transmit back. But I didn't get the material study done because I, like an idiot, actually put it off when we were in high orbit around the sun. So, yeah, although we need that, we can't do it. So there we go. 2 contracts complete, and yeah, I think that's awesome. I don't believe this can do anything else really. Although I seem to remember wanting to bring this back home again. But I'm going to leave that for a minute. We'll leave that until the other one is done. The Duna scanner. That's only 17 days away. Let's go and have a look how much money we've now got. And we get back just as the temperature scan has returned. 1.16 million for completing those contracts. That was awesome. Absolutely awesome. That's exactly what we needed. A big boost in funding. I really hope this does start tracking things. Telescope. It's dead again. I was getting the odd message saying that the telescope was connected and then disconnected again. So I don't really know what's going on with that. I'm not sure whether the telescope, because it's in a really high orbit away from us, so I don't know how it's going to get signal back unless it was bounced off something. I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, I think basically we're going to have to wait for that to travel round. Yeah, we'll probably have to wait for a few years before that comes back into contact with Kerbin. Unless I could send something else out to meet it. Which is, no, that's probably a dumb idea. Send another thing out with a larger transmitter on it, but no, I think once we get the money to upgrade the tracking center, we can probably reconnect to it. Come on, where's the ocean? Oh, we're flooded. Oh, no, there we are. There we go. Yeah, if I upgraded this, we could probably do it, because that's currently 50G, that goes up to 250. So, yeah, we also get unknown object tracking as well. I don't know if we need that for that contract. We might do. I've not got any messages about it actually finding any ones yet. But that's a lot of money, so I'm not going to do that yet. No, not going to do that yet. Our next port of call is our Duna scanner. In 17 days. Our dual probe is obviously dead to us. We can't do anything with that. Our Elu probe is probably going to be dead. Let's have a look. See here. Elu probe. Yellow. Why is it yellow? Strength 0.21%. Oh dear. Yeah, our Elu probe is probably going to lose everything as well. So, nah. A little annoying. But anyway, what do we want to do? What do we want to do now? We do have that contract to build the mining rig on the moon. We do have the stations up there. I want to recycle the stations. I want to recycle them all into parts and build a better station. I'm thinking of just building one station in orbit of Kerbin, and then building probably in a higher orbit of Kerbin, not the low one, not quite high enough for the radiation belt, but higher up, so it's just easier to deal with. Although low orbit ones aren't too bad, but yeah, right. If you press what button was it? Delete? No, 0 on the number pad. That's the one. You get Kerbin's wonderful rings going on there. You can see here, obviously that moon rover probe, which I'm really not sure about. Yeah, is going through the radiation ring. If we can put a station up somewhere sort of up here, a bit higher than standard orbit. If I can get it above 120, that means you can accelerate time faster on it. Not that it particularly matters, but yeah. I want to get a slightly higher orbit one. It also helps with launching vehicles from it. When you launch a craft from it, it means that it can fire and it can push closer to the planet to get better rebirth effect. That makes sense. But I'm thinking one station in orbit of Kerbin, and we then we have a mission to put something out there. Wow. Yeah, one in orbit of Kerbin, and then we put the mining rig on the moon, or a Mimbus, either way, probably the moon. Moon's easier. And then we launch from the moon back to Kerbin, aerobraking, docking with the station to refill it, and then back out to the moon again. That's the idea I was thinking of. Rather than having two, I could have two. I could have a freight gun between the two, but you could also launch craft out with enough fuel to get to the moon, but that's a lot of effort. If you can just launch it so that it goes to there, you're all right. The other option, rather than doing that, is to have a small station on orbit of Kerbin, a larger one on orbit of the moon that actually constructs things. We could do an ore refinery and build ships either on the surface of the moon or in orbit. Not too sure. In orbit would be easier, simply for docking reasons and stuff like that. Landing on the moon is, well, I'm not very good at it. That's the main reason there. So now I said that, I kind of like the idea of building a bigger station in orbit of the moon, sending something small up and then constructing things as we go. We do have a station there which we can just steal all the bits off. Maybe build something bigger. We could send down a ship to the surface to mine ore and smelt things, but our smelteries do require fuel and oxidizer now, which isn't a bad thing, I suppose. That makes sense. Let's build a recycler to go in orbit of Kerbin and deal with the Kerbin station first. So it turns out that getting a smeltery up into orbit is a big task. They're heavy, like really heavy. This in total with fuel and everything onto it is 1,095 tons, and it's using the biggest tanks you can possibly get at the moment in the game. So yeah, we've definitely gone on to the heavy lifters. It is a big chunk of money as well, so again we're struggling for that sort of thing, but well, yeah, it's going to be okay. I'm sure it's going to be fine. We're going to recycle things up in orbit and get things sorted, and there is another part to this to go up as well, which is actually the rocket factory that goes to it. Hopefully that's a bit lighter. I've not particularly checked it, but well, we will see. But first things first, this behemoth has to get into orbit. And after 3 3/4 hours, we are up here at the station. It usually doesn't take that long to get to places. I actually launched this in the wrong orbit completely. I didn't look where the station was before I launched it, is what I mean, and I had to figure out how to get to it. Normally that's not a big problem, but this thing is slow. Not engine-wise, but turning-wise. I put one reaction wheel up here, none down the bottom, and it takes so long to turn around, it's unbelievable. But that's not important. The important part is we are here. We have our smeltery. We have a bit of fuel, because the smeltery does use fuel to actually get anywhere, to do stuff. I've got 2 tanks on the side here. These contain scrap metal, or will contain scrap metal when we recycle things. There are no scrap metal containers in the game by default. Even with explanatory launch pads, it's got metal ore, and it's got rocket parts. It doesn't have any scrap. So yeah, I'm not really sure why that is. That's just the way it is. So yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I want to plug the ship in and steal all of its life support first. We have another procedural tank up here with food and water on it. Which shouldn't be full, because I remember emptying that before I launched it. Sorry, that's why I paused there, because I'm thinking that's weird. Okay, so I'm not going to steal the life support from this, I suppose. I guess that's full as well. Yes, it is. Something very odd has happened here with this craft. I bet that's because when I built it in the vehicle assembly, I've had to quit and reload the game since then. Yeah. And of course, when you reload a craft into the VAB, it probably fills up everything to the top notch. So, yeah, right. Anyway, well, that's not important. So, I guess we're just going to recycle this then. It's, I mean, it is a bit of a shame to be doing that. We could, keep it and just upgrade it, I suppose. But, I don't know. Kind of want to. I just want to use a recycler to see what it can do, and then we can build new things at the end here. So, yeah, I think we shall recycle this station. Just trying to figure out how I want to do it. I don't know if I want to grab it all in one go and just grab it in the recycler and be done with it, or grab it in parts. Does seem a race to get my job. I want to get rid of all the tanks that have the liquid in bits pieces because they contain the wrong amounts. So okay, let's just grab it. So activate recycler. bring our RCS online, and we want to go. What is going on here? We want to go. That way. I think. Turn our SES off, stop it. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want to do. And we are going to miss the target here. So let's fire backwards a bit. And let's see if we can get a nice good connection here. Ooh. Okay, and it looks, yep, we are definitely taking things apart as we go. There are some bits that are just flown off into nothingness. Interesting that it's not taking it all in one go. But that's not particularly a problem. Because we should be able to grab it. We have this little probe thing here. Okay, there we go. There's some more. So, right. Let's do this thing here, shall we? Let's oh, why are you not turning? Right, forward. Ah, good. You can target the docking cores directly. That's good. But that means I can send that off on its merry way. I can release that, and it's probably going to go flying off into nothingness. So I just ran into that station. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, that's okay. I'm still learning how this all works, so that's absolutely fine. Let's see if we can grab the main part of the station. There we go. Delete that. Not sure why it's taking it in the wrong sort of order. We're going to have bits flying off all over the place by the looks of it. Very odd. Okay, so let's grab something. This might be a good job for one of those iron probes I was talking about. That's not very nice, is it? Because with an iron-powered probe, we could wait, both of them. So I'm making sure I'm not going the wrong way. Yeah, with an iron-powered probe, we could quite simply fly around in orbit, grabbing all the scrap metal we need, and maybe with an iron probe with a recycler on board and a scrap metal tank, come back here, dock, put ourselves into put the scrap metal into the ship and then go off and do it again. And with the iron engines, of course, they last forever on the little bit of xenon that they use. So yes, it would take a long time to do things, but well, it wouldn't be too bad. The recyclers don't appear to require any form of electricity. So I think that may be an idea. But we do need money still. There's another thing I need to have a look at as well at some point. Apparently, our... I see where I'm getting confused here. These ones here. Yeah, okay. Our telescope, which went a bit dead on us, apparently has got a connection back to the KSC via our ELU probe, which I don't understand any way, shape or form, if I'm honest. But if it is, then I'm not really going to complain. And you're not going to hit anywhere near where you need to be, or are you? Are you going to fall into that? Yes, you are. Nom nom nom. Awesome. Right. Okay, we have a few other bits and pieces around here. We've got a few other bits flying around doing randomness, but you can see kind of what I'm getting at with this. So I'm going to go around and grab all the debris that I can in this area and get it into the recycler, and then we'll look at trying to go further afield and grabbing some other bits going around doing the debris bits and pieces there. I'm waiting for another encounter. I'm back here at Duna on our science vessel that's going round in a very high orbit, because we had another contract, which is transmit or recover scientific data from the surface of Duna. And I had a quick Google on the Delta V charts, and apparently with 2,140 meters a second from a high elliptical orbit, you can land on Duna. You can do a powered landing on Duna. And I'm like, yeah, let's give that a go, shall we? Let's see whether this can land on Duna or not. So first and foremost, I need to bring it down. I'm thinking, I mean, if I wait until my apparatus, that would be ideal. I think I will do that. Let's go round to the apparatus. Because that gives me the most efficient braking. Oh, there's no more nitrogen on recycler core. Really? Wow. Okay. Yeah, and we'll come down over the South Pole. Yeah. Obviously, when your apoapse when you're doing a retrograde maneuver, and periapse when you're doing a prograde maneuver, because at the apoapse you're travelling the slowest, and therefore slowing down is easier. And at periapse you're travelling the fastest, so therefore speeding up is easier. So let's oh, don't go mad. Don't go mad. Go down there. Right. Just going to get a weird encounter with Ike then. Okay, so I need to bring this down. Duna's atmosphere starts at about 40k. I will be going quickly when I get here, so I'm thinking, how brave do I want to be here? If I go into 30 and then use the engine when I get there as well, I do want to save all the fuel for landing, really. Ooh, this is interesting. Let's go down to 30. There we go, 29,955. There we go. And then let's see what that does for us. But we shall have to discover that in the next episode. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope to see you again next time. And until then, as always, have fun.